So now to explain what is group, and I have to create a ledger. That's all. So groups is a very important for the tally. So this only would help to generate the all report is automatically. How I will explain. See here we don't want create any groups. If one we can create, I will explain others also. So now here in the tally, the default groups are there. So I'm going to just display that in display. See we are here the 28 pre-defined groups are there. So this is called groups, pre-defined groups. Under the 28, the 15 groups are primary groups. The first 15 groups are primary. The next remaining 13 groups are subgroups. That means the capital account already is in a primary group. The remaining 13 groups, the subgroup of primary group. Okay. So the capital account, loan, current, that is called account in terms. So what the purpose of group means? See, if you are working in a manual, you are accounting manually, so you can be able to understand salary is expenditure as a human, as a man, as a human. We can understand. So as SBI is a bank, cash is a asset, capital is a investment, and what is it? Furniture is a fixed asset. Salary is indirect expenses. Rent is indirect expense. We can able to understand. We can post in here right away. But in a machine, they doesn't know. So we have to assign the meaning, assign the value. When I'm going to create the ledger, suppose the salary is a ledger name. If I'm going to create the ledger name, it will ask what is the salary. Salary is a expenditure, or salary is a capital account, the salary is a loan, or salary is a current liability. So after the creating ledger name, it will ask, it will list 28 groups. We have to choose the right group for the ledger. Suppose I'm going to create the ledger name is salary. After the next step, the 28 these 28 groups listed, you have to choose which one is related for salary. So salary is related for indirect expenditure, right? So I'm choosing the salary is a indirect expenses when I'm going to create the ledger. So if I choose the right one, the report automatically generated, because all the report decide based on the groups. Okay. So if for example in a profit and loss account, we have some standard, right? Indirect expenses posted here, direct expenses posted in the trading account, and credit debit side. Indirect income posted in a profit loss account credit side. So they are standard. So based on these groups, they are designed the software. So after placing the ledger in choosing a right group, so automatically it will be placed in another report. So then only the report will be automatically generated. So I'm sure that how it is work out. So before going to create the ledger, definitely you should read all the groups. So what are the groups are there? So which ledgers related for this group? So we have to check. Okay. Right. So go back. Now I'm going to create the ledger. Let's see. For example, I'm going to create ledger, single create. So we can create multi-create also. Suppose you have a 9 number of ledgers, 100 ledgers, 200 ledgers. So just to go to multi-create, type it, finally save it. That's all. Suppose I'm going to create the same salary, right? Salary. It's a ledger name, salary account. And after that, it will here the list of groups. The 28 groups are listed. So we have to choose which group related for this. Suppose I choose in the capital account, is entirely the meaning is different. So it will accept as tally. Here itself we know the knowledge. So which group we have to choose for the right ledger. So right ledger for right group. This is a formula, right ledger for right group. So here we have a practice. So in our tally material, we are given a practice exercise given. Lot of ledgers we are given. So each ledger, which group we are going to choose, that also is given. So after complete today's session, you have to work it in a home in a one time itself. 1 or 2 times if I work it well and good, definitely we become a strong when I'm going to create a ledger. See, if I am going to choose the right one, for example, indirect expenses, right? This is indirect expenses. Okay, I choose indirect expenses, right? So don't change anything. Okay, finally to lack opening balance. Opening balance means, so the salary account, any previous balance, the closing balance value, if it is there, we can given here itself. Suppose I have a salary account in the 31st 3 2020, it have 30,000 rupees means closing balance. So next day is a opening balance. I put here, see that after put that, the automatically DR will be displayed. As per accounting rules, salary is a nominal account. The nominal account rule is debit is all the expenditures, credit all the incomes. So salary is a expenditure, so automatically it will show the debit. How it will show the debit? I'm going to choose here indirect expenses. If I suppose I'm choosing here indirect income, automatically here it will show CR. So it's very important the group. So here if any mistake, spelling mistake, anything is happened, there is no, don't worry. But here you have to choose the right group for right ledger. This is a formula. Here itself you should understand, you should be clear, you should be strong. Then only you can get answer. See, I put 30,000 here, for example, I save it the screen, okay, and come back. So it will impact in balance sheet as well as profit and loss account. See that, go to see the profit and loss account, enter, it will show that the indirect expenses is there 30,000. The total net loss is, there is no transaction, so and only one activity is there, that is called salary attribute. This is so far company made net losses, okay. It will also impact in a balance sheet, okay. The balance sheet also it will impact. Suppose you want like that horizontal script, so go to use F12 configuration. The first option, show vertical balance sheet, it should be disabled. Then only we can see the balance sheet like that. Okay, this is the purpose of configuration. Okay, suppose I made a entry. So this is the steps for creating ledger. So I will explain the ledger creations along with one exercise. Definitely you can able to understand it effectively, easily. Okay, so suppose I made a mistake, so I don't want that entry, the salary, I want to remove it. How we can remove it? Same accounts info, ledger, alter mode, okay, I choose this salary account, okay, I put alt D here, so it will remove. So this is a method to alter and delete, okay. See, the cash and profit loss account is a default ledger. We don't want to create the cash account separate ledger. It is a default ledger, it will be there, okay. Right. So before going to exercise, I'll go to again groups. I'll explain one more time because it's very important. So here the default 28 groups are there means, why sir the single group entry create display? What the purpose is there means, if you want to create an additional group, it's not for new group, you want to create a subgroup, another subgroup, a 29th group you want to create it, we can create it. See, here the total 28 groups are there. Suppose you want to create one more subgroup. I want to, for example, 3 person joined it together to start a business, their contribution, for example, Arun, 2 lakhs is given, Kumar, 5 lakhs is given, Sendil, 3 lakhs is given, total 10 lakhs, they will start a business. So we have to mention different, Sendil capital, Arun capital, Prabhu capital means we have to create a group. See that, how to create a group? Go to create a group, right? I'm going to start Arun capital. Okay. So here the capital account is there. Okay. So we can create a subgroup of capital. Capital account is a main group, primary group. So we can create the subgroup only we can create. Okay. See the display. Total 29 groups are there. The Arun capital is a capital account. The assistant of the subgroup of capital account itself. So it's not impacting any report. So you want a detailed, you want like that in your report mentioned. If we are not just straight away using capital, the balance sheet show only the capital name. If you are using Arun capital, balance sheet will show Arun capital. Okay, Arun capital, so Kumar capital, share capital. Like that, if you want a report, we can create a group yourself. Okay, right. So now I'm going to start one exercise. So there in your material, we are already sent to your mail ID, to mail. Now I'm going to work out that exercise, or otherwise I will simply explain. You can able to understand, it's very easy. See, I'm going to start with ledgers, accounts info and ledger. I'm going to create single or multi. Okay. I'm going to create a single ledger. First entry is purchase. I'm going to purchase. Okay. If I'm going to create a purchase, so which group is related for purchase? Immediately come to your mind. In the 28 groups, we have to choose from the 28 groups which one is related for purchase. I'm going to choose means you see all the 20 groups. Which one? What are the groups are there? Here the purchase account is there, right? The purchase account. The purchase is related with the purchase account. I choose purchase account. Okay. The previous balance is there, the 2 lakh rupees, right? And all the participants request to put in your mic mute one because the session will be recording, so it will be create more noises. And sales. So next item is I'm going to create sales account. Okay. In a ledger, we can give the amount only for opening balance amount only we can give it. After the April 1st to 2020, the entire 365 days, so many transaction we can made it, we can record it. So we can record all the transaction through voucher. The voucher class tomorrow. So today the ledger only we are going to learn how to create the ledger along with the exercise, what the purpose of groups, how to create the company, how to alter the company, everything. Okay, this is a basic because the ledger is very important. In ledger creation, you should be strong, you should be clear. Okay. So the sales, I given sales account. So I put 5 lakhs rupees. So 2 lakhs is a closing balance purchase and 5 lakhs for sales. So remain total what the profit of, made by company, we can check. Okay. After made this transaction, go back and check. So all the words. Suppose I move here, the I is highlighted. Here V is highlighted. Here T. That means we don't want the down arrow key. We can use that word. Suppose I'm here. I want a profit and loss account. So just I put P. Automatically profit loss will open. This is a method you can use in a tally. Is a speedway. See, so far the company profit is 3. See, we done only ledger with the opening balance. This is impacting the profit and loss account. Okay. The purchase account 2 lakhs, sales is a 5 lakhs. Totally the company made by profit is 3 lakhs. Not only that, it will impact in a balance sheet. Okay, it will impact in a display trial balance. It will impact in a trial balance and as well as impact in a what is that ratio analysis. Okay, impact in a fund flow and cash. See, this is fund flow and cash flow analysis. It is also see the cash if they are involved. The cash flow analysis report also we can generate. Okay. So next entry accounts info ledger. In a beginner, they have done most of the beginner they will be possible to kindly. So all of the request to please put your mic in mute, please. Okay. So they are start whenever the beginner they are done they are able they can possible to doing a mistake here. So the first exercise is tally in a ledger creation. Straight away they are going to create a group. Here they are creating a ledger. This is not ledger. This is a group creations. So be aware. Should be when I'm going to choose whether it is a group or ledger. Now we are going to do the exercise ledger. So choose second one. Okay, ledger, and I'm going to create another ledger. Suppose I have a expenditure like salary is indirect expenditure. Okay, so 5,000 rupees and rent 6,000 rupees. Suppose wages is there. Wages is a direct expenditure. So here we know which one is indirect, which one is direct, which is a capital account, which is a furniture, which is current asset, which one is capital. So here itself we need a compass knowledge. So that's why we are given a exercise, brief exercise in our material. Please do it or otherwise read out definitely. Then only you can able to understand the ledger creations along with the group. Okay, direct expenditure. Okay, given amount 4,000 rupees. And suppose I have what is it? Interest received It's indirect income for me, so I choose indirect income. So 2000 rupees I received, so say automatically it will show credit. Okay, suppose in a cash account, sorry, in furniture, I'm going to in furniture is there. Furniture is a fixed asset. Okay, in fixed asset is worth for 50,000, and stock. So stock in opening stock and closing stock, there are two items there in your trial balance. So how to put a value for opening balance and opening stock and closing stock. So we have to create a stock only here. The group is stock in hand. Okay. See, after the stock in hand, here the opening stock it will ask. So opening stock is 50,000. Okay. But your closing stock is 30,000 means how to put in a closing stock in a single ledger, because each ledger asks one side only, the opening balance only it will ask. But in a stock, we have to put it opening stock and closing stocks. How to put those two value? So after create a stock ledger, go back, okay, and come to alter, choose stock, okay. Choose stock, it will ask, see here the closing balance. The stock only it will ask like that. Suppose choose anywhere different ledgers, I would choose sales. Sales is not show that. Only stock only will show the closing stock. Okay, and choose one. So in 31st to 3 like that, in a closing stock, suppose 30,000 means like that. Otherwise, leave it one opening stock itself. Okay, like if you suppose cash in a cash close opening balance 1 lakh rupees means is there. We don't want to create a new ledger because already is there. Suppose I'm going to create a ledger already. If I'm going to create like cash is already is there, I'm going to put in cash. See that name is already exist. Enter a different name. Okay, so we couldn't use the same ledger in name. So I'm going to use alter and cash and just move it and put in an opening balance amount itself, 1 lakh rupees. So the entry trial balance entry is over. Finally, I want to show the report. Go back and go to choose profit and loss account. It will show the report. You want the detailed report. See, click here. F1 is a detailed report. Here itself, trading account. The entire document profit and loss account. See, the opening stock is 50,000. The closing stock also it will show the 50,000. That means the report generated for date is April 1st. But the closing stock we are given 31st to 3. So we have to change the period. So here choose a period and put into 31 into 3. See that. Now the closing stock impact because we are report generated up to the entire financial year. So the entire database, entire details listed here. The opening stock 50, closing stock 30. So right answer. Now only we can get right answer. The sales account is 5 lakhs. The purchase account 2 lakhs. So direct expenses is a 4,000. So total gross profit 2 lakhs 76,000. It is transferred to the profit and loss account credit side. So total indirect income 2,000 received. So what are the indirect expenses made? The total 65,000. What are net profit? 2 lakhs 13,000. It's transferred to the balance sheet. So go to balance sheet. The balance sheet also it will tell the answers. The total, if you want a detailed report, so click F11 and also change the period. Okay. Okay. So we can generate balance sheet also. If you want it trial balance, also we can generate it. If you want detailed report along with the period, we can change along with the period also. Okay. The period and a detailed report is a detailed report. Okay. So this is the difference between the manual accounts and Tally software. So I already told you in the beginning class, this is a difference. After done the transaction, you have to create a ledger. Next step is creating a voucher. So how to create the ledgers? These are steps should be followed. Okay. So when I'm going to create a ledger, we should know the knowledge about the groups. Which groups we have to choose for the ledgers. Suppose see that I done a mistake, then only you can clearly understand. Suppose I'm going to create here one more ledger like a mm, telephone charges. This is indirect expenses. I wrongly chose. It's a capital account. Okay, it's wrongly chosen. So I put 10,000 rupees. See, actually telephone charges impact listed in a profit and loss account item. See that, I'm going to choose profit and loss account, and you want detailed report. It's a detailed report. There is no listed here because we are wrongly chosen. So where is a listed is a balance sheet item because capital account no. See that here the telephone charges is under the capital account. So your report is wrong. So where we are going to done the mistakes when I'm going to create a ledger. It's the first step. Okay. So when I'm going to create a ledger, you should be choose a right group or right ledger. That is should be very important. So how to correct that? Say go to accounts info ledger alter. I choose telephone charges and I choose indirect expenses instead of capital account, and again change it and save the screen and come back. Now I'm going to check. You want detailed report. Alt F1 shortcut key. See now the telephone charges is listed. Okay. See after that it's not impact here. What happened? Rent is 60,000, salary is 5,000. The 10,000 should be added here, right? 65, 75 should be there. But here the 10,000 is subtracted with the total expenditure. That means something is happened in your ledger creation. So again I go to check accounts info, ledger, alter. I choose telephone charges because the group is impacted, not impacted. So I change it CR instead of DR. Now I'm going to change. Now I'm going to check. See now the answer is become right. See now it will add it. Okay, 65, 10, 75. The net profit 2,23,000. So this is way to learn ledger. So today's session is over, and I will share that exercise now. So you have to work out in a home. Next, finally, if any doubt, you can able to ask. Okay. Now I share that one. After that, you can ask a doubt. See, in the transaction, in the materials have an exercise. This is the company creation, how to create the company. So all the steps, detailed steps are given. So just to follow this material. See, this is a ledger creation. So out of what are steps we can use to create a ledgers. Okay, this is the ledger exercise. This is steps, gate of tally, master accounts info on the ledger, multi-ledger create because we have a lot of ledgers. So these are ledger names, these are group name. So this ledger is right for the group. It is a practice. Okay, it's an exercise. So you have to do so much of ledgers are there. If you work out 1 or 2 times, definitely almost you are the strong 90% you become strong in a tally. Okay, this is ledger exercise 2. So if I'm opening a trial balance is given, how to put in a tally. So that last class, last we have learned no. So similar method. So you have to work out also. So the answer is given here. So after workout in a tally, you can get answer is like that or not. Just to check it. Tomorrow, if you face any problem, any doubts, tomorrow you can ask, or otherwise you can ask questions through WhatsApp group or privately, anything, any mode of you can ask. Okay, so that's all for today. So today class session is over. We will meet tomorrow. If any doubts, you can ask now. So today's session video will be sent after 1 hour. Based on the file size, it will take more than 1 hour. There is any queries, any questions?